Welcome to the Halliwell Jones Stadium. Warrington Wolves beating Catalans Dragons 18-16 in a game that, quite frankly, especially in the second half, was quite mildly entertaining, it has to be said. I'm going to go to Jono first. It's fair to say that Ben Condon is on your Christmas card list with that knock-on at the end that made it a win for Warrington.
Absolutely, yeah. I was sat there saying to these guys here behind me, there's still 2 minutes to go. Catalan are clearly capable of coming full length of the field. But yeah, I'm happy for the win.
I mean, Sammy, there's no doubt about it, mate. With a name like that, you'd have thought he'd have had better protection of the ball, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Would you not? Anyway, we'll just leave that there. But anyway, no, it was a really, I mean, no. But in all fairness, let's go back to Sammy. Sammy, Matty Ashton's try, lovely cut-out ball from Ben Curry for that one, mate.
Put Ben Curry back in the arse. I think that's a plan.
Were you surprised they didn't, when they had to move the personnel around, when Aaron Lindop, we'll talk about Aaron Lindop in a minute, but when Lindop went off, were you surprised that Ben Curry wasn't the man to go back into centre?
I was actually, because I thought Bentley is better in the middle because he likes to rile them up and get shots on so we can win the ball back and get under the post and score.
Yeah, absolutely. Greg, in commentary, we were saying throughout that second half, it's got to be said, that John Cartwright will be filthy if they don't win this because, Catalan were ahead going into the second half. Warrington had a load of personnel issues. John Cartwright will be very, very disappointed. And it's the story of Catalans, really. Warrington were there for the taking tonight, and they just didn't take it.
100%, Dave. He's going to be absolutely filthy with that. We said on commentary, Catalan beat themselves tonight.
Yeah.
The decisions on the last ball sometimes were criminal.
Yeah.
The way the discipline was poor, the way they held onto the ball was poor. They were in attacking. I mean, some great defence from Warrington. Let's not put any bones about that.
Yeah.
The tackle from Irwin at the end was magnificent.
Oh yeah.
But Catalan, mistake after mistake when they were in a position to actually finish that game off.
Yeah. You and Irwin, if you've not seen it, great cover tackle. I've got to say though, Espiro Bichet, the show and go, Jono. The show and go from Espiro Bichet was class, but the tackle from Irwin, considering he didn't start the game there, he was thrown in with Josh Fulis going off at half time. That was, let's be fair, that's won the Warrington the game in the end.
It has, 100% there, Dave. He was the last man in defence. I was with my eyes closed there to whether Catalan would go in. Poor decision by the player there to not offload that, literally 2 metres out. They're in, they win the game.
Ill discipline, I think is what they call it. Let's talk about the tries, Sammy. We've talked about Matty Ashton's. Some good tries from Catalan tonight. Some good tries. I thought the one that Sexton put right across the field of play. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was Lipowicz, wasn't it? Yeah. Who rose and took on Smith and Opawata. Good execution, that.
I thought it was a bit of a miscommunication between Smith and Opawata there.
You're not giving any credit to Catalan, no?
No. From where we were sat there, it looked like it hit both of their heads.
He's only young. He's old dog here as well. Yeah, old dog. Yeah. If you Catalan, what? No, we're not going to go there, are we? But no. So like that. Jono, Lewis Dodd. I felt Lewis Dodd had a good game again, and he took his try really well, didn't he?
He did, yeah. It took him a while to get going. For me, I thought the fullback for Catalan had a phenomenal game. Lewis Dodd, Sexton, Cruz, Lehman. They really shone tonight. Got their pack going forward, but as you say, it was just some of their decisions on the last play, silly errors that, Cartwright will be fuming with, I imagine.
Fuming indeed. Let's give credit to. We'll go back to Sammy. I'll come back to you in a minute, Reggie. We'll go back to Sammy now because we've tried to get Sammy to give flowers to Catalan. Let's do what he wants us to do. Hopawati's try, 1-on-1 with Solomona Fatape. And he says a big don't argue and in you go. How good a try was that one?
That was amazing, that was. That's all I need to say.
So that was amazing.
Yeah.
And the other one, the Lipowicz was...
It's just lucky.
Nothing like bias, is there? Nothing like bias. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And of course, James Bentley, who's in fact, we could have read you, and Tina, and there's people here behind the camera, and people love James Bentley. You love him or you hate. He's another James Bentley fan. With a Barnet like that, it's not surprising. But another James Bentley fan. And to be fair, Reggie, look, in fact, before we talk about the Bentley try, me and you in commentary, and as God is my judge, right? I said to you, Catalan have got to go long here and back the defence. The last thing they should do here is go short. They go short. They don't even go the 10. Criminal. Criminal. In a game like that, where they've got every chance, criminal decisions, and lo and behold, Warrington then go from right to left. Beautiful assist from Ashton.
Yeah.
Has to be said, and in goes James Bentley.
I was very impressed with Matty Ashton today, and not surprised that he got the man of the match, the player of the match in the ground.
Opawati got it on Sky. I didn't see that.
No.
Good try. But
Maybe they've seen more with the replays and whatever that we've seen, watching it live in the ground. But going back to Bentley, yeah, he's the player that opposition fans hate, and he's the player that you love is in your side. Yeah, he gives away penalties. Yeah, his discipline is iffy sometimes, but he's got that ability to dominate and to frighten and to wind up the opposition. And for me, and that try, I think he deserved that try because he worked hard all night. Warrington were lacking in a little flair and creativity when the players went off injured. We've talked about that. But I'm going back to that dropout. It's absolutely scandalous that they do that. You put as much distance between your own line and the opposition every single time.
Yeah, James Bentley, always confusing at a fancy dress day, isn't he, James? Goes as Freddie Krueger, takes the mask off, and then he's Dennis the Menace. Very interesting. But anyway, that's by the by. Look, bottom line, John. Right, let's talk probably the real upsetting part of this evening. Aaron Lindop came back after an ACL injury against Leeds, got through the 80 minutes. He survived 25 tonight. We were right in front of us. Yeah. My gut feel, your gut feel, this could be another ACL. It's certainly, at best, maybe not an ACL, MCL, something like that. Maybe.
ACL, MCL, yeah.
Maybe. But it looks like his season's done. And if it is, how heartbreaking is that?
Oh, massively for him. The guy
was...
as a rugby fan, absolutely massive loss for Warrington, that if it's the end of his career injury. But we don't know. As you say, is it his knee that's gone? But probably what didn't help, the way he was spinning round in the grass, and then the players landing on the knee or the lower ankle. Only time will tell. Yeah. We'll find out in the next couple of days.
No blame on the Catalan player. I think it was Bichet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No blame on the Catalan player there. It's just one. And as we said on commentary, it's always the innocuous ones that cause the most damage. Yeah. Headshots and whatever, they look spectacular, they look nasty. Player bounces up, and then an innocuous challenge like that, and it's certainly a season ending. And God, hope it's not career ending.
And then to lose Josh Fulis as well, just before half time, obviously didn't make it out after half time. I think Sam Burgess has got a big week ahead of him, reshuffling that pack.
Yeah, he looked like he hurt his groin originally, and then he stayed on, and then I think it was his ankle by the look of it.
Ankle, calf. He was carrying. I mean, I think he came into the game walking wounded. He's took a couple of big hits the last few weeks as Josh Fulis. And for all you Be the Roarers who are watching this edition of Instant Reaction, what a great time it is to play Warrington at Magic, because they've got major concerns now. It would have, based on what I've just seen there, to patch Fulis up for Magic is going to take some doing. Josh Fulis doesn't go off unless he has to. So it looks like Lockie Webster maybe has to come back into the app. Wouldn't be surprised to see Jake Fulis recall from loan. I wouldn't be surprised that the centre partnership would be Hopawati and Smith and bring them in. So, but Warrington now, Jono, they're getting to that point in the back line where they can ill afford any more, because they look really strong in those back positions before ball was kicked this year. But if Lindop has gone for the season, if Josh Fulis has got a lengthy layoff, Toby King was playing about with somebody at half time. Joe Philbin's son, who were kicking about on the field.
Philbin was walking around as if he was
not a million miles off. So it might be a bit of good news there. But we also know that Toff Sipley's out from in the pack perspective as well. So Sam Stone's unlikely to return.
Couple of weeks off.
So it's not a bad save. Lee Leopards desperately need wins. They need to get back into touching distance. They're playing Warrington twice in the next 4 weeks. I think they'll be pretty pleased that they're playing Warrington at Magic with those running repairs.
Yeah, definitely. Also the fact that we beat Catalan gives them a chance to close the gap on them in the table. But yeah, it is worrying times for Warrington if you're a Warrington fan. These injuries at the moment, how far is Kai Taylor-Ray off from returning to the squad?
He could be gone for the season. That's the thing. Kai Taylor-Ray.
You look at that. We're getting
again, the decision to sell Flynn Holden to OKR is looking a really bad one at this moment in time. Yeah. So Sammy's just said Ignatius Parsi is there is a free agent.
Behave yourself.
Sammy,
go and talk to yourself over there. Unbelievable. So Catalan's try's not a good try. Now you want Ignatius Pars. Oh, dear God. Who?
Miskey from Wigan.
On the wing?
Yeah.
I don't think we're it. all together now. Woo. I don't know. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But anyway, let's just quickly end this. Let's stay positive. I think that's a massive 2 points for Warrington because they've got Lee twice, Wigan and KR on the horizon. With the injuries they've got, I mean, they'll coming out with points could be good. That'll be interesting. Catalans for me though, are they, Sammy, one of the most disappointing sides in Super League in terms of just not one week they're great, the other week they're terrible. I mean, that Catalans team should have won that game and didn't.
100%. The signings they've made this year, unbelievable signings. You think they could even beat NRL clubs with them signings, but and then they don't even turn up.
That's a huge shout.
They've left them all in France.
Yeah.
Basically.
So, how many of those Catalan players get in the Warrington team, Sammy?
Lewis Dodd.
Would you put Doddy in?
Yeah.
What, in terms of have him and Irwin? You have Dodd over Croft?
No.
Well, so you're putting him in ahead of?
Is he a 6? No,
Right now? Are you on about what about for next season though? Are you gonna put him in over Irwin next season? Is he going? Oh, you're not going youth. Oh, that is scandalous.
I'd have Zach Lipowicz.
Oh, good, isn't he? Yeah. Do you know what? It's like fishing, isn't it? You keep putting the rod in the water and you wait for that moment of genius, and there it is. That's what we've been waiting. He might not have scored a good try.
I'd have Fatape as well.
Yeah, I agree. So they're the two. If you could go out and get Fatape and Lipowicz, you'd have them, yeah?
For the mullet as well.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, you could get a shirt and put Fatapi on the back, and people would think it was you. Wouldn't they? Walking, you'd be constantly asked for sight. Can I have your autograph for time? Then you'd turn around and go, no, it's just a mullet. You know what I mean? It's just a mullet. Absolutely. But anyway, there you go. That's this morning done. I've been Judy Finnegan. He's been Richard Maley. Happy days. Well, no, look, Warrington have got away with one there. There's no doubt about it. 18-16, mildly entertaining, especially in the second half. There was a moment there in that second half where, was it when Max Wood went through? Yeah. So Woody went through, knocked the ball on, and then Staines come the other way, and it was like, whoa, look at this. This is.
He took Woody off straight away.
I know, it was like.
I thought he was playing quite good.
Max Wood, definitely.
Max Wood was outstanding. Was you like me? I was like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah. I was frustrated at the end with the mistakes from Warrington, though.
Yeah, it wasn't good, was it? Both sides made mistakes.
Classic.
Warrington get 2 points. That is all that matters if you're a Primrose and Blue fan. Catalans continue to disappoint. And if you're Lee, Wigan and KR, you're probably smelling a bit of blood at the moment.
Lips.
All eyes now turn to the press conferences and the week ahead. How bad are those injuries to Josh Fulis? We pray to God for Aaron Lindop. So as rugby league supporters, forget colours, as rugby league supporters, that lad has got so much talent. It will be heartbreaking for the game of rugby league in this hemisphere if Aaron Lindop has gone down. We pray to God that's not the case. All of our best wishes go to Aaron. We hope he's well and safe. And we will be back for lots of these type of videos. Magic Weekend next week as Super League Raw does it big style. We'll see you there. From all of us at the HJ, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Bye for now.